Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera, aka Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. But overall, with that being said, yes, we have been seeing incredible Bitcoin overall price action. I just mentioned this in my XRP video. We are seeing a little bit of, some nice movement on Hbar as well, almost hitting 25 cents. We hit about like 24.79, as you guys do see here. Not exactly getting there, in my opinion, to the 25 centile zone that we really want to be back into. But overall, the price action is pretty nice. Now, I am going to talk to you guys about a lot of stuff. Specifically, if we talk about Bitcoin, I just want to relay the message that, listen, we need to break over 40.8K and actually hold above this point. And then, of course, we want to see 44K officially being broken, as this is our major resistance zone. Overall, I want to see us back into this point up here, which is about 45.5K to about like 48K. This is pretty much the nice area of, pretty much demand going all the way back to August, before we went and pretty much had that nice little run in September, a nice little correction, and then of course we went to the all-time high. Of course, are we going to see all-time highs being made for Bitcoin? In my opinion, we do see one last major run. We don't know exactly where it's going to lead us, but it could be short of an all-time high. It could be an all-time high. We have to watch the price action play out specifically, but we want to be back into this point up here, which is 53.7K to about 56K. That's what I'm watching for, and that's what I'm awaiting for. All this price action down here is still bullish, don't get me wrong, and it does kind of solidify us going higher, but I'm more so dead set on us waiting for some higher price action. Same with even Hbar. I'm awaiting 35 to like 36 cents. That's where I want to see us back into. Until then, I'm not going to get too bullish on Hedera. Trust me, they have been doing incredible things. I do think that this year is going to be great for Hbar and for even Hedera as a company, but again, we still have a lot more room to grow in terms of price action. I am watching the metaverse closely. We know that Hedera has aligned themselves perfectly in the metaverse market, but we want to see more overall updates from Hedera in this area. But of course, we are seeing a lot of adoption happening from major companies. For example, Ferrari CEO, we're exploring how to incorporate Web3, Metaverse, and NFTs, the three markets that I told you guys to keep a close eye out on, because these three are going to be huge. I've always told you guys that Web3 is going to dominate as it does take over. And of course, this does kind of include Metaverse and NFTs, which are going to also be extremely big in this market as we do march on in time. And of course, Nintendo, we are interested in the Metaverse and NFTs and feel their potential. We wonder what joy we can provide in this area, and this is difficult to define right now. When we are talking about these major, game companies like Nintendo, for example, right? We know that Ubisoft positioned themselves perfectly with Hedera. Best part about that is that it kind of gives a little bit of solidification for a lot of these gaming companies to really kind of realize the potential behind something like Hedera. I do believe that we will see a lot more, companies like Ubisoft, for example, moving in on the metaverse and even utilizing technology like, of course, Hedera. Specifically, I'm looking at like Activision, Blizzard, companies that are high tier, in this space, because Ubisoft, like I told you guys yesterday, is a giant in the gaming scene. And also, we finally get the announcement of the launch date for Tyson Fury's NFT collection. This is going to be happening on February 14th. Again, told you guys, keep a close eye out on Mingo apps. They have a ton of use cases, but I do believe that this is going to provide a lot of value as well, and I do think that it's going to put a lot of eyes on, of course, Mingo, aka even Hedera, because it is powered by Hedera. And of course, do not disregard someone like Tyson Fury, 2 million followers on Twitter. Incredible amount of individuals know who he is. If you guys don't know, he is the heavyweight champion for boxing. So definitely pay attention to the 14th. I think that this is going to get very exciting very fast. And of course, we do see here at Mingo, we're excited to launch a token that provides a strong and dynamic utility into the metaverse. So much to come. So this is going to be pretty big. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about some Walmart more breadcrumbs in regards to this area. FDA blockchain-based food tracking bound for widespread adoption, the Food Institute. I smell Hbar, a lot of Walmart and IBM mentioned here too. And actually, the best part about this is this. In 2018, Walmart, Nestle, I know that a lot of people say it differently, and other major food industry players joined in an effort called Food Trust, which uses blockchain technology from IBM. Food Trust aims to improve recalls, quickly identifying the issue and shrinking the time during which consumers are at risk. And of course, about 500 organizations are now part of Food Trust, according to IBM. And I'm not saying that they are working with Hedera, but we do see here, I think you're going to see scaling happen at much higher pace. The pandemic and the lessons learned and the final proposed food traceability rule are going to be a lot of wind in the sails. And of course, for distributed ledger technology at it. DLTs. What is the most utilized DLT? Who's on the GC member list for Hedera? IBM. 500 organizations already. Walmart and Nestle, if you will. Like, guys, we really, I think that we should all be paying attention to what is happening here, because this is huge, especially from the standpoint on one, DLT adoption, but also the industries of use here. The food industry specifically with like the FDA is going to be a huge market that traceability, like track and trace, does disrupt, but also here are some use cases as well. Like these are other use cases. Better inventory track and combating counterfeits and fraud, providing more detailed information to consumers about ingredients, better rewards and loyalty programs, easier auditing and reporting as well. Like all of this goes hand in hand with a ton of money being saved, but also giving a lot more, incentives to consumers, and even allowing for the companies that are utilizing this technology to really kind of see a lot more value as well. Very excited for this. And we also see our 324 million Ethereum stolen due to Solana's wormhole bridge being compromised. Solana's problems are growing day by day, and this might be, the worst nightmare that you will face. When security is not taken seriously, this is what happens. This is why Hedera will be the king. And if you guys did miss it, essentially, there was a major hack happening on pretty much Solana, aka Wormhole, which is powered by, of course, Solana. At least 120,000 wrapped Ethereum worth over 324 million were stolen today in what appears to have been a compromise of the Wormhole service on Solana. This is pretty bad. This is honestly huge as well. This is probably one of the biggest. I would say this is probably one of the biggest overall hacks that we've seen in this market. This is pretty crazy. And of course, we do see our former Hedera CEO, Mance Harmon, reminds us of the importance of not rushing to market with a layer 1 and how it is vital to meticulously plan your layer 1's reliability and uptime. In fact, no major enterprise will build on poor layer 1 reliability. This is why Hedera continues to kill the game. When we're talking about Solana being in the top tier list for, cryptocurrencies, and it's still making huge gains, we're still above $110, $34.7 billion market cap. This is the problem. This is why true value in this market has not been recognized. That is why I do believe that Hedera will hold a ton of success over this market very, very soon. I want you to all pay attention to Hbar, especially going forward in this year, because I think that this year is going to be huge for DLT adoption as well as Hbar adoption. And we just started breaking. Hedera Hbar made it and is on the list of Global Innovators 2022 by World Economic Forum, the world's most promising startups and scale-ups that are at the forefront of ethical, technological, and business model innovation. Read more. And of course, this is pretty big. When we're talking about the World Economic Forum, we know it's a pretty prestigious overall, website, aka forum as well, if you will. It's a pretty big, part of overall adoption for a lot of these major companies as well. Having your name on the list is pretty big. So I think that this is great to see, especially from Hedera's standpoint and even from an Hbar holder's standpoint as well. And last but not least, I want to talk to you guys about Seki. So if you guys don't know about Seki, you guys should definitely pay attention to them. In just 2 weeks, we will begin dropping our in-app visuals as well as videos to, how things work. So excited to show you how Seki is more than just an NFT music platform. Of course, this goes back to January 31st, so we're going to be seeing this happening very, very soon. And we do see here, Seki will officially be opening its beta in March. We have begun onboarding artists whose songs stream in the millions onto Hedera. make sure to join our Discord to see who as we roll out. This is an NFT wave you don't want to miss. Officially onboarding, right? Opening its beta in March, we have begun onboarding artists whose songs stream in the millions. So these are going to be pretty big artists. I think that this is going to be very interesting. Guys, check out Seki on Twitter if you guys haven't already. This is going to be a very, very big overall use case for Hedera. And of course, we do see here, this is their website. You could sign up for their beta, sign up for a chance to be selected to upload music and have access to exclusive NFT rewards, multimedia, multi-blockchain NFT creation engine and marketplace wrapped in a social ecosystem that streams NFT music, live streams, and posts, equipping, users with all the tools to connect and engage with each other and their favorite artist, packed with cutting-edge features. Again, this is going to be so big, and of course, their partners, the Hbar Foundation, Hedera, and Polygon, and their roadmap is pretty insane too. Like, this is not just going to be for music. Phase 1, launch token. Phase 2, right? Launch music streaming platform NFT creation. Launch artist posting NFT gallery. Launch live video streaming. Gaming, live events, Seki device. Like, the Seki device is like the coolest thing. I think that that's going to be so insane. But all of this goes hand in hand with mass adoption happening at the retail, the fingertips of retail adoption, right? And of course, you could read all about this company if you guys do want to. I do think that all of you should be, reading about Seki. I think that this is such an incredible use case. And like I said, this is going to be launching very, very soon. They're talking more so about March. If we're talking about the beta going live in March, I think that this is going to be pretty big as well. I think that this is going to get a lot of attention. We've been seeing things like this happening a lot, like even with, Casper, we see D Music. With Hedera, we've seen them, getting in on the Indian music market as well with NFTs. I just think that this is all insanely incredible for, an overall retail demand, but also for adoption happening at mass scale as well. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this video. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.